the very talented, well, maybe not talented, but with me. Hi, I'm Tarek. Welcome to my stream. We're going to be keeping it smooth and low with another jazz hit. Hello, everybody. Hello, Sprogue. Hello, Monaco Power Knight. Weighted Lizard, I saw your subscription, and thank you very kindly for your continued support. It means the world to me. It really does. So thank you so much. I'm already exhausted. I was late. I was very, very late. And so I was rushing every which way, making sure that everything was all set up. And I barely had it. The Heartbeast march, yes, march the Heartbeast towards the Weighted Lizard. He shall surrender before our mighty love. Alright, so what are we doing today? One might ask, and the answer to that question is we're going to be trying to get through 2, if not 3 missions today. I'm going to go bring up our actual Merc sheet. So we have last week finished Operation Headlock, which was an absolutely ridiculous round of playing where we had 6 or 7 different waves of greatly increasing in firepower mechs heading right on towards our friendly little Adderlands, and they amazingly survived. They were not able to defeat the last 2 waves, but they survived up to the last 2 waves, and that's really what counts here. And then after that, we were able to get robber barons in just at the very bare end, where Boa Lance went on in, supported by a Capellan high-value target, went in and stole a black box for certain circumstances. It is not the official Sarna version of a black box. I don't mean to give that impression, but it is a box of equipment that they don't actually know what's in there. Adder little. Yes, Adder is tiny. They're nice and small. This is Sparta MekHQ for everybody. Yes, there was quite a bit of MekHQ. During the battle, Boa was able to barely survive after they had substantial amounts of damage going into the fight up until getting to this point. After succeeding in that, they then were able to steal that black box. Unfortunately, all along the way, the Capellan Overseer, the HVT that they went with them, suddenly and mysteriously turned up dead, and not from enemy fire. There will be more on that later. However, today we are going to be going into the next 2 stages of Going Dark, and something special that I have cooked up for our aerospace boys who have been so kind. Okay, one of my aerospace boys. Anime themed, is this one of those anime with a bunch of magical girls learn the power of friendship? Perhaps and indeed. Alright, so we have Going Dark Interference, which will Cobra's mission. So here it is. The bridge in Sector 7, I know I'm incredibly creative, is a major supply route and allows the enemy to shortcut a fairly major obstacle. Knocking it out will no doubt have a small but important effect on their resupply. Every little bit helps, and Sensei will react to it, helping draw more heat away from our grab teams. Enemy anti-air coverage on the bridge is heavy, so they won't be able to call in airstrikes. Our artillery has been moved into a position to assist, but they can't stay long or they'll suffer counter battery fire. Music, oh yes, good point. I didn't have the music set up. Let me press my music button. I, not recently, but a few weeks ago, rebound a whole bunch of things on my stream deck, so I literally have a button that says music, and when I press it, it brings up VLC and SMG at the same time, and it's beautiful. I will deal with this later. So that will be all set up, and now I'll get VLC to actually play my music. Sorry, Sprague, I have 1,000 apologies, Afindi, but unfortunately I forgot to set up all of that cool, awesome new music that you had given me. Sprague gave me a metric buttload of music, and, well, it's very cool, but it's not something we're going to be able to listen to right now. So I will... Can you hear that? Yeah, half of Timothy Seal stuff starts very well. Alright, and yes, the King Ogre. I've seen readers, someone wanted you to watch an anime where a bunch of Japanese World War II ships for teenage girls. Dude, Kankole is a lot of fun. You should play the game, get a VPN, since it only allows you to play if you're in Japan, which has seriously hurt its popularity. Like, seriously. Hello, Obkir. Welcome to the stream. We were just finishing talking about things that didn't quite matter. So, let's get actually into the battle, as I actually have things set up. So, we have, of course, our lovely and talented Cobra Lance down here, still a little bit battled. You may notice that the Grand Dragon is a little bit dented in that it is still missing its entire left arm. It's 2 medium lasers off of it. Unfortunately, he hasn't had a chance to actually resupply it, so we've sort of welded it onto the back of his mech. And eventually, hopefully, they will have a chance of actually repairing that. 20 mediums and lights spread out in waves of single lancers. No, I went lights to mediums to heavies to assaults. And you guys bailed on the assaults. Cowards. I think I'll pass it a little. True, but they outmassed us in total weight in the battle. Why is Cobra always armless? That's a good point. Today, it looks like Grizzly will be carrying the torch of being semi-armless. turn this back down. Now that the music is actually kicked down to the right level. So we have several pre-marked target points for our artillery. If they target one of these locations, they will automatically hit. It's these two ballistas up here. They're cute and adorable. There is a lot of anti-aircraft in the region, so this is why we didn't send any fighters, because, you know, it would have been bad. We fought a heavy lance and booked. If you face 20 mediums at once, you'd be smoking wrecks. This is very true. Alright, so now that we're all done, let's get on the move. I think we're just going to have everybody move forward. The goal is to break the bridge, which means we need to destroy each of these sectors. So one of the bridge spans on each line needs to be destroyed. Each one has a CF of 100. And if I don't click that button, but instead click this button, you'll notice the CF of 100 means that we might need to put out 200 damage in order to knock out the bridge, or bring it down to a CF where a mech would be able to walk on it and break it, and then we could walk on top. That partisan's so smoked. It is. I was so very happy when I realized what ended up happening with it, because it's adorable and it's gonna die. Let's move everybody on in. Can you make it too? I think he can make it too. We'll get Mav moving at grandest of speeds. The Grand Dragon, amusingly, actually cannot get all that far because of reasons. You may actually have a jump jet also broken. Needs it too? I think he can make it. Grizz demonstrating perfect maneuverability. And of course we have our Landslater Simbri leading the charge, followed by our Dervish, which can do various things. And also making only two. Oh, that's beautiful. The entire land's doing well. Partisan crew exists artillery. It's going to be brilliant. Oh, the artillery has arrived. Alrighty, so let's see. That partisan has been hit and has rolled a whole bunch of crude stun and maneuvering failures on it. So that might actually work out pretty well. BBCs are not in range, but the LRMs are. Hit those LRM carriers before they kill us. It's going to be important. I'm going to lower my head a bit so that I'm not in people's way. It's in mountain blade formation, so I need to un-mountain blade formation it. Yeah, we're going to hit that LRM carrier because knocking it out will be important. These are partisan standards, which have 4 AC5s, which may not seem like much until there's 4 of them shooting at you, and suddenly everybody wants to cry about how T-Rex being unfair. Damage high low. His pulse lasers are obviously not in range. Neither is his large. Stun LRM crew will go. The power of artillery explosion is taken half. It's working out. Alright, damage high low because I am a pleb and I don't organize based on range. Speaking of, you're not in range either. Wolverine up front. Damage high low. Still also not in range, so it looks like very limited amounts of firepower. And I will be participating with the LRMs only. I can dump a whole bunch of missiles on top of target. Probably won't hit, but hey, who cares? The Griffin has managed to hit and cause a whole bunch of damage to it. As did, wow, that's a beautiful round of shooting. So our Dervish pilot managed to get a 10 and a 12. That's pretty gosh darn amazing, Dragon. Did some good work in this mech. I'm very happy this Dervish is now in the lands. Like, no offense to the Grizz, or to Dragon's Griffin, but I really like the additional long-range firepower this Dervish gives. It feels very comfortable in this lance. This is why I suggested we recruit combat pioneers that are going to blow up bridges. They're very inexpensive. Infantry do not show up in the shop very often. I'm going to drop another one down here, and another one down here. God, I love artillery when it's pre-sighted. We do need to get some damage on these bridges quick, but in order to do that, we'll have to see up over here. The rolls have been very good these past few missions. Yes. What? No, you got a different Griffin. Although now you have a Buster now, Crazy. You've got a way better mech than a Griffin. Like, you're rocking and rolling in style. Dervish is an underrated mech. It really is. It's kind of surprised me how much I actually enjoy that mech. Grasshopper trailing behind a little bit. He's only 646. Ooh, no damage. Heavy damage converted to light woods. Oh, I love it. We're steadily flattening the terrain. Oh, the partisan got off his hill. He could make the move off the one. Although this guy is immobile, he's gonna just keep getting ahead. It's gonna be beautiful. Okay, Griffon. This partisan does need to die, but you're not gonna be able to hit it. We do want to kill the crew stun people before they get a chance to do anything. So I'm gonna split fire like so, which is gonna be toasty, but I'm hoping that it'll come out all right. Glares and Rangers, we're talking smack about my beloved infantry. Infantry are expensive and hard to find. I don't think anybody's talking smack about them. I think actually we're gonna kill this guy. How do you have a left arm? What? I'm very confused. You don't have a left arm. I think we found a fascinating glitch. Apparently, if you go into battle with your arm missing, but you have a weapon on the arm, it still works. Is this a Battletech stream? Might want to check on that. Did I write Battletech? I wrote Battletech instead of MegaMek. What a fool I am. Let me fix it. I'm still annoyed that Twitch did not accept my suggested icon that I sent to them, so that MegaMek would actually have an icon. I took the time and actually made one up according to the rules, and they didn't say yes. I was angry. Very angry. Alright, we're going to focus on you. We're just going to blow giant holes in your face. The Wolverine, however, is going to very intelligently realize that the biggest danger to us is that partisan. And if we can actually kill him, that would be lovely. Nobody's going to be able to hit this partisan, though. That much is clear. Yeah, LRM carrier just annihilated, although we did hit the partisan with Argentavis' Griffin. So once again, Sean pulling through. Thought the PPC was gone? No, the PPC is on the other arm. Is his right arm that's gone? I believe it's his left. Now he has a left medium laser, the PPC is right. I think you should withhold firing those weapons, though? Which weapons? Yeah, I'm not going to shoot him, because it is a budge. Budge? A budge. Yes, a budge. Imagine a poor Twitch employee who has to look at icons all day, just clicks approve and rejects randomly. I don't think I have it here, but I was very happy to make it. It definitely was an interesting experience. Where are you guys going to be moving? This is still an important location to shell. In fact, I'm going to bracket you hard, baby. You ain't going nowhere. We're going to see how much damage we can cause to it. I think what I want to do is put as much pressure as possible onto them now, so that I can not have to worry about other people getting in my way. Give myself that 50% cover bonus. Needs a 4, he can make a 4. He's a genius, of course he can make a 4. Oh, that's a small bridge? Extrapolate. I didn't want to use one of my really awesome, amazingly cool bridge maps for something that was not a final assault on an objective. I was looking at a few really big bridge maps, and since this is our first one, I kind of wanted to test the waters to see how it would work out. In hindsight, I should have added 2 turrets so that it would have put them on top of these buildings, because these buildings are CF 100 as well. Like, this is actually a really nice map for sort of an objective game, so I kind of want to go back and do this again at some point. Let's see, Commander, can I officially put in a request to transfer the field refit crew? You are on it. Congratulations. You are part of the people who ride in the Paramour. If the Paramour is ever attacked and is exploded and dies, you will absolutely be on the crew. In fact, remind me when, if you're still here, then Sprogue or Koigi, remind me when we get to the end of this mission and we're back on the normal thing, so that I can make sure that I put a note on your file, like I have for people who are DNR. Alright, so the partisan's been rendered immobile by the artillery. It's beautiful. See, artillery always doing good work. How much armor does this partisan have left? Phew, partisan tank. Armor. Not great. To be completely honest, I was a little bit light on... I was a little bit worried about whether or not you guys would be able to accomplish this mission because of the various threats and how weak your armor is. Artie doing work? Artie always does work, man. Artie is well underrepresented. I need to use them more often. Like, I'm very happy with the way that we've been using it so far in actual active battles instead of using them to push off other things. Since you're immobile, I'm going to attack your left, see if I can blow that apart. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to missileize you, because the missiles are chill, and I don't have to worry so much about them. So fire the missiles, that'll be fine. Other people will take care of it. Like the grasshopper. Aim for that left, go for that 6, medium laser. I need to get this mech in range so I can use those pulse lasers because they're beautiful. These pulse lasers give them a -2 to hit. It's gorgeous. You are going to PPC the left side. We're just going to make sure this partisan explodes. It's very important to my continued health and or existence. And you are 12, you are 10, 10. All right, here comes the fire support element. That's right. I thought that we were something a little bit too light about what we were looking at. I was like, oh yeah, there they are. Crusader, Hunchback, Trebuchet, and Whitworth. It's Hunchback 4J with the LRM 10s. So every single unit on this map is themed as anti-aircraft, and that's why I'm not allowing aircraft on this map. I think we may actually want to destroy the bridge. I'm going to target the bridge, and I'm going to medium, SRM, and I will keep the temperature somewhat under control. The dervish, on the other hand, is just a dedicated death machine, and I really actually enjoy it. Twist and flick. 11s, 10s, a 10. Yeah, I'll take the 10. Double LRM. Our artillery dreams are about to be efficient as artillery. The Griffin hitting the partisan pretty decently, however, he hit it on the turret, which is not where I wanted it to be. Wolverine taking 2 of the AC-5 shells, which is not grand. Grasshopper opening fire on the partisan and hit, so not bad. Grand Dragon missed his 5, unfortunate. Grizzly missing on that. LRM Carrier opened fire on the Wolverine and missed, lucky us. And the Wolverine is damaging the bridge quite nicely, and a whole bunch of other missions by everybody else. But life is about to get very painful. Sure, stomp on the bridge. You can not kick that, but you can kick this. Stomp. We need to start getting some damage down to this bridge. Somewhat from the quarters. Alright, indirect fire attacks. I missed kind of the opportunity to do this properly, but you get one, and you get one, and we'll all have a good time. I'm really disappointed the partisan is still alive. It is not supposed to be. Where is my grass jabber? Get on in there, boy. He's almost in range. He's so close. Welcome to the front lines. He's not quite on the front lines. We're not going to be that foolish about it, but yes. Yes, he will be there to support all of you people and do a good job while doing it. With some naval artillery support. Oh, if we could get, like... I would need a truly big map for that. In order to put, like, proper naval assets down, I'd need something gigantic. I'd have to read up more on how to do that, too. Because I've never actually used naval assets in this game. I imagine it'll be very, very much like vehicles that can only move inside of water tiles. But I kind of want to learn more about them. Pulling back, we're shifting a little bit. Gonna weaken this bridge and drop it. Yeah, because we got heavy mech coming in. We gotta knock out these LRM carriers soon and firmly to ensure that we don't get shot at a bunch. He will be able to turn to engage that carrier. Boom! And there goes the partisan. So annihilated thanks to our artillery. So 2 units more or less defeated by artillery, which is quite nice. I'm very happy with that. This is another partisan, but really the SRM carrier. Oh, you're an LRM carrier. The LRM carrier is more of what I'm worried at the moment. If I add this, it'll be 20, it'll be +8. A +8 is, I believe, a -1 to hit. Yes. Literally actually is. So, yeah, kill it. Do your very best. Let's see if we can't wipe out these LRM carriers before they start wiping us out. Because they are incredibly dangerous to hit. Grasshopper can hit actually really nicely on that LRM carrier. Fire large up there. And then your small, or your pulses can't do anything. And you have a medium laser. Next turn, his pulses will be very deadly. That'll be an 8. I'll take that. 14 to hit. That ain't happening. You aren't willing to win if you are not willing to shell your own position. Oh, I like that. That sounds very Imperial Guard-like. Or a large laser, and then nobody else is in range, right? Yeah, 13s. 13s ain't gonna work. Dervish, you have more help than I thought you were gonna have. Fire. Let's see if we can't detonate him. Okay, partisan opened fire, hit our Wolverine with 1. He's down to 15 armor, getting a little bit rough. Second partisan lit up the Griffin, something fierce, but stopped short of getting all 20 damage onto it. The Griffin got a nice LRM or PPC shot onto the LRM carrier, so we're doing decent on that one. LRM carrier clipped the Grasshopper with 9 missiles or 12 missiles. It's not as bad as it could have been. Ooh, this Dervish is annihil. Ooh, no, the Dervish is getting annihilated. That's a problem. We're gonna have to pull the Dervish even further back because that left arm is becoming a problem. LRM 20 malfunctions on the LRM. Or wait. Okay, so yeah, we're getting solid crits on it. So we got 2 of his LRMs offline. And you, I guess, can kick the bridge. You can help him kick the bridge. Why not? Physical attack, double attack. So double kick has got it down to 64. I could drop the dragon on it. Or no, dragon's a 62. I could drop Mav on it. We may get to that. What is RT breaking? I mean, implementing this one? Praise with Lego. Oh, call me fixer when the next big patch drops. No, Shade's gonna be a vehicle pilot. He'll drive a breaker. It's just gonna be that way. Fire there and fire there. I need more guns. Guns! I've stopped. Let's get some distance again. I want to be across this river. I also want to knock out every single one of the LRM carriers. They are a considerable concern of mine. If I jump here, I will drop into the water. If I drop into the water, I will not be able to be shot at, but I also will not be able to get out of the water for some time. Because this is all depth 3. So where's a way to get out of this water? This I assume is a waterfall? Rapids. Yeah, so this is a waterfall. I wish there was a better graphical representation. He may have to walk off through the water. In which case I may have to roll for a special mission for Mav. Is the bridge flammable? Yes. Probably not because it's made of concrete. Anything will burn if you get it hot enough. It's a fusion power bar. See? See? Grizz knows. Grizz knows exactly. But yes, it is flammable of a sorts. Alright, let's be ballsy. I think. I'll decide to be ballsy at the end or not. Back up. Get that range open. The partisan is also a problem. The dragon can jump right here and then jump right back, and then it's gonna be closer than I want him to be. I could try and run him down. Might be a good idea, actually. But I don't have to fight this out. I only need to knock out these. Going full Pacific Rim with Max walking underwater? Yes, why not? I've burned concrete with very flammable with the right equipment. Thermite is less about burning the thing and deciding you're just gonna pretend it doesn't exist anymore. It just keeps on going. Thermite doesn't really burn so much as melts. I blame me? What did I do? What did I do?
All systems nominal.
Crowd Gaijin is now following. Thank you, my man. I hope you enjoy your time spent here on this channel as we mess around and apparently attempt to burn concrete while I place Grizzly in just horrific, dangerous danger. Before deciding whether or not I'm going to run my Lance Leader into face tank in LRM 20 carrier. That's gonna be fun. I know what Mav wants to do. Mav wants to be on top of that. But do I want Mav to be on top of that? Oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's not worth it. I'm going to jump. CF is 76. Bounce it. It'll hold. It doesn't hold much, but it'll hold. We'll burn concrete quite vigorously. Maybe we'll burn sand. Does it ever bug anyone else that something as flammable as hydrogen and oxygen makes something as unflammable as water? Oh, well, there's a reason for that. They stabilize each other. I'm really thirsty, and I'm having to fight the urge to just chug this whole thing of water. Barely holding one hit on that bridge. Yes, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I mean, you just drop down river, and then we'd knock out this bridge, and then we'd sort of like... we'd figure out something to do. Like, we'd come up with a cool idea, like maybe next week Mav gets his own personal mission where he's desperately trying to get away, where, like, maybe the Starlight Irregulars, or better yet, Boa could show up. Well, actually, no, Boa is beat to shit and is actually out for the next 2 weeks. Oh, I didn't update on the list to say that. I need to. Oh, I know there's a reason, it's just mildly irritating. Do I want to do this? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm up to, can I jump there? I cannot. What does this do to me? What does this do to my armor? I'm gonna get shot at by every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the planet if I do this. Let's make it count. Artillery coming down. Let's see. Just seed Kujibo swimming. And get the mech out of the water. I imagine. Hey, maybe. I like doing like little mini events for players. It's fun. Okay, so let's go get some damage on the partisan. Or better yet, on you if I can reach. I can't. Well, I can. If I'm willing to go up to 23 heat, which I'm not. LRMs. 7s. 7s are good. Fire on that. 17 heat, you can handle it. Large lesser, you came here to help me blow this up, but... see how the Wolverine's gonna do if I just alpha strike everything. Poof, 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 and plus another 4 will get me to 20. That's plus 6. Plus 6 is a -1 movement point, which he's not gonna need because he's gonna jump in the next turn. MegaMek looks much different since the last time you saw it, does it? It has improved. It's going to look even more different in the next major update that they're gonna do. They have a lot of like design stuff they've been doing on it, so it's gonna change appearance a lot. For the heat, what's a little set down? Well, it's only after your heat sinks, so you subtract the heat sinks and then apply. So it's not actually 23 heat. Grasshopper. Right. I needed to figure out what I was going to do. Dervish, can you save the day? 11, 7. You might be able to save the day. Here he comes to save the day. What do you got? Nothing. You got nothing. How about you? You've got a shot. I don't want to nuke this LRM carrier, but they've been smart and they pulled this one back, so I don't have the shot I wanted. Alright, let's hurt you in various ways that will probably make you cry. Really want to hit this, though. Problem is, I've got pulse lasers. They don't do that so good. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to pulse laser you, because you're close. Alright, so LRM carrier repairs the weapon malfunction, so it's going to be back. Partisan unloaded on my Wolverine, as we expected. Second one did the same thing, however, it didn't touch us. LRM carrier, we got this carrier, has another malfunction. More partisans doing nothing. And the LRM carrier that I just nuked with my Alpha Strike on the Wolverine is gone. Does not exist anymore, so the whole reason why I dived on forward didn't work. Dervish lost his left arm. That's not great. And the Crusader missed all of his stuff. That's good. Grand Dragon damaging the partisan, slowing him down. And the Grasshopper blew up another carrier. Oh, that's beautiful. So we knocked out 3 of the 4 carriers, 2 of them in this round, which is brilliant. I mean, the last time I played MegaMek was when Neveron was new. I have never played Neveron. No, I have not. Wait till the next update. They're doing some major GI improvements. It's looking interesting. Oh, I kind of can't wait. But I'm not willing to use the test version. What do you say? Do we want to just drop down? If I kick it, we'll drop the whole thing down on top of us. I will just kick this part. Oh, not that bridge. That one. Kick it. Boot. Class needs armless mechs with no problems to be had. Oh, it's better that we lose the arm than lose the entire mech. Fire there, and ooh, this is a tough one. Because it's not hitting until next round. So the question is, where's that Crusader moving? I say the Crusader will move south. Alright, let's see. Griffon. Griffin is a little toasty, but otherwise okay. Alright, backup time. We're going to just nuke the bridge and get on out of here. We have done a tremendous amount of damage. Good bounce right up there. Here I am. I'm a target. Shoot me. Space. You know, arms are over. We're now egg-only company. Hey, technically stalkers still have arms. Tempt the enemy over the bridge and use it to collapse. It's an idea, but I don't know if they'll go for it. But yes, it is something that I would like them to do. Alright, I do want to hit this other LRM carrier, but I don't necessarily want to, like, suicide my people. Especially not you. Bounce back, sir. God, I love jump jets. Back over the ribbon. See, he dove deep, killed the LRM carrier, hopped right back. It's brilliant. Have you seen the skill update for BTA 3062? Has there been another one, or is there something new that Bloody's got planned? Oh, well, let's see. You guys are we back to the egg jokes? Alright, I'm going to jump this grasshopper. Do I want to jump? The thing I have to remember is pulse lasers have a minusculely short range. Or at least the inner sphere ones do. Okay, I'll be in range. Mounts. Here they come. 64. Yeah, no. Well, maybe. I mean, it'd be pretty funny in a sort of odd way. Turn like so. Now, since we're going to avoid that bridge, you're going to turn like so. Jump there, turn, swing, bounce. Let's see, what's stopping us from blowing up the bridge and liking it? Nothing, that's what we're started doing now. Something new dropping before he goes on vacation next week. Oh, cool, oh, I saw the Rogue Tech version of that. So, yeah, that's interesting. I haven't looked at Bloody's version yet, but I will definitely take a peek. Haha, we got the Trebuchet and the Whitworth and the Crusader with our artillery fire. It's beautiful. So you're all just gonna walk through hell. And I'm gonna make you do it. Okay. How much? 86, 88, 86. Okay. This needs dying. So fire that. And +8 heat, sure, why not? Grasshopper is going to contribute to the overall universal destruction of this ancient historical bridge that was designed sometime in the 15th century by the various warlords of... I'll avoid doing that. Wolverine kill? No. Let's help out. Let's help out with the nuking. Fire. Only a little bit of heat. And then the dervish can try and do some maximum range. Oh yeah, I forgot. They're chest mounted, not hand mounted. His LRMs are hand mounted. That works. That works well. Double tap. I like this dervish a lot. Lots of partisan fire, nothing happening. Down to 66 CF remaining. And second partisan, however, did open us up pretty bad. It's getting pretty painful. Down to 41 CF, lots of misses. Several hits on the Grasshopper, not great. And the partisan getting a little bit weaker. Grand Dragon, tanking some fire, but that's kind of what it's designed to do. Smash. Why was the chef so bad? Because he whips cream and beats eggs. That was... the dervish is a good fire support. It's great fire support. I love it. I love it a lot. It's exactly the sort of mech that I wish to utilize. Fire. Send out all the shelling. Make them suffer. Bounce. And turn. We've almost actually knocked out this bridge section, which will be pretty nice. However, here we're down to 88 there. 31. 31 and 40 is what I need to do left to these bridges. So I'm going to... How good is your armor? Not great. Okay, I'm going to bounce over here. Turn like so. We're going to drop this bridge. I have spoken. That was a terrible use of that line, and I apologize. Grand Dragon, come back up. Please fire these egg punters. I won't ban them, but... Guys, really? Egg puns? It's the best you've got? You're all trained mech warriors, and the best you come at me with is some egg pun. How disappointing. No. I love my Aero 4 Commando. Ooh, that sounds lovely. Can I get one of those? Oh, the Grand Dragon's getting shot in this right arm so badly, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. See, how long is your current LRMs? Back up. If I just keep doing this. Still in range of the bridge. No good hits. So, this bridge is down to 31? No, that's 88. This one is down to 31, yes? Okay. So, I'm liking to chill out a little bit, so I'm going to fire the LRMs. So that'll be potentially 10, but really more like 5 or 4. Pulse lasers. That's the sound they make. And the Grasshopper. Another Grasshopper, the Grand Dragon. Fire the PPC while you have it. Actually, no, don't. You might be in a little bit of a situation where you've got to use everything else. Fire, and then... Flamer needs to roll a 7 to hit this bridge. Well, a max heat anyway. Wolverine is then going to target... I guess the Wolverine's going to help out with the bridge. And then we're done with that. And then the Dervish is going to start trying to drop this bridge because we're getting close to gotta be gone time. Raise this at a +4 with the trees. This lunch ever today, huge bowl of hot soup. Hot and sour soup with chicken bulgogi. Dumped the chicken with the soup. Oof. Never been a fan of chicken soup. Artillery lance is the best because they have the best shells. Wolverine is tanking it like a champion. The bridge is down to 8 CF. Come on. Please tell me I didn't mess it up. There we go. Grand Dragon knocks out the bridge. Okay, a little bit overkill. But I had to be sure. Dervish getting hits on the hex. Bridge is down to 34. Alright, we're almost out of here. There's that bay of the bridge. You may as well kick it. Now we just need to knock out this bridge, and we're done. Indirect fire attacks. Bring me some of this rain, some of this rain. They're just gonna keep coming. Jump. Like so. And how good is my armor? I am just getting the armor shaved all over the place. Can I jump you? Actually, what I want to do is get the Wolverine over to be staring at that. I can't get a 3 jump. I'll take this sort of jump. That Wolverine's getting mighty weak on just about everything. So we do have to be very careful. A little river firing line going on. Just gonna run away. We're good, we're good. We are no longer good. Alright, looks like the Wolverine's gotta go teach a Whitworth a lesson. Or not a Wolverine, a Grand Dragon. He's a Grand Dragon. Not just any dragon, but the grandest of the grand. Can you see this Whitworth if you do anything? You can if you move 5. I will take that risk. So that you can do some fire support. Alright, this part of the bridge is what we need to drop. So, rising missiles. And then, how much does this actually have left? 34. Alright, so we have target the bridge, please. Twist. Impossible. Oh, blocked by all this train. Alright, looks like you're doing some fire support and killing other people then. Which is not the worst job in the world. Fire at you, pulse lasers at you, and sure, throw a medium laser in just for good fun. You are going to not use that left arm because that left arm does not exist. We should not have access to that laser, and we don't know why we do. Just gonna light him all the way on fire. Wolverine will not target this, and he will alpha strike it to make sure that it goes bye-bye. Dervish with the fire support for 12s. Let's make sure this bridge goes down. If I'm gonna roll 12s, then I'm gonna make sure that bridge goes away. We need to name that mech Sproglos Puns. Whitworth, another mech I never play with. It's not a bad mech, it's just not great. It's really not terrible, Whitworth's. I'm actually kind of fond of them. Ooh, Wolverine has a critical hit to the right arm. Oh, Wolverine almost exploded. We had a little bit of edge usage going on here. Save it. Down to 1 edge. Griffin hits the building down to 24. Ooh, 10 missiles hit. Nice. Grasshopper missing the partisan. He needed 7s. He's rolled a 2, and a 5. What is this? And then he rolls an 11. We're not adding up our numbers here, Mav. Partisan hits the Wolverine. Oh, center torso through. He re-rolls it to the leg. Yeah, we've got to get Lance Leader out. Ooh. I spoke too soon. Lance Leader is out of here. I have another Wolverine of the exact same type, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah. He tried hard, but we did knock down the bridge. Alright, where's Lance Leader? You may as well, since you're here. Stop on the bridge. Alright, we gotta go pick up our captain. Give him the boot. Whitworth misses, but the Grand Dragon hits. No, the Grand Dragon missed. Everybody missed, okay. Let's go make sure we pick up Simbri. We gotta pick him up, which means I can't retreat for a full turn while we pick him up. But it must be done. Alright, so Grasshopper, you're a tough mech, right? Let's get my Grasshopper over there. Apparently you're a Centurion? Huh? Ooh, I can't get down below this. Alright, can I meet him there with the Grasshopper? Here. Very. Slip on down. Boop. And now we start to pull on out of here. We're done, boys. The bridge is out. The bridge of Tokari. He got fried. He got shot a lot, but he's not fried. He is still very much alive and mostly kicking. And screaming. But I have that exact same Wolverine right now, currently sitting in mothballs in the hangar. So I'm actually not that worried. Back up. Make sure that we're in a position to get out of here. Shift enter doesn't work in Twitch chat. Here we have Cobra Lance doing a little war dance, trying to take down a bridge and getting damaged just a smidge. More than just a smidge, I would argue. But yes, that is the plan. Jump. Use them jump jets. That's why you have them. Turn. Bounce. Good hits. I mean, nothing special, but good hits. Alright, let's see if I can't break things on our way out. I'm gonna fire everything I've got at you, because why not? I don't have a shutdown chance. What are you talking about? You can get the 10, I suppose, but I'd really like to turn a few other things into Swiss cheese. How much does Crusader enjoys large laser fire? Oh, he's at a pulse laser range. Pulse laser range, man. It's very short. It's very good, but it's very short. You've got to be in a perfect position for it, which normally is fine, because he normally likes to face hug people. But in this certain circumstance where we're running away, pulse lasers maybe not the best. Fire, fire. Let's hurt this Crusader in ways that he doesn't understand. If they shoot the pilot, then I'm not going to count it as a death. Ooh, Grasshopper just getting peppered with missile fire. We got a 3-armor critical with the LRM-10s on that Crusader, but we didn't actually kill him. Alright, we got him. Pilot is in the mech. So, drop here. Drop here. We done. Jump. About another turn before we can get on out of here. Don't go prone. We don't need to go prone. We must retreat though. We're only getting a +2. That's really painful. Alright. Now we torment Srogue until he caves and releases the beam. Wait, what? Tricky question. What is your favorite Marauder variant? Okay, so is that question being asked because you want to know what I think is the most effective Marauder variant, or what you think, or what I think is the best Marauder? Or what I think is the coolest, most fun Marauder? Because those are two different questions. I could just kind of stand here. As long as I can see the Whitworth, I don't care. Okay, can't do that. But I can back up right there. The Marauder SPR. What do I enjoy playing the most? Still a really hard question. It is a tricky question. I'm a fan of autocannons, but it's really not effective. So, I believe is it the 3L or the 3M Marauder? The one that swaps out the AC5 on... That is the right shoulder for you guys, but not for me. But swaps out the AC5 on the right shoulder. Should be right above the head and older artwork, but I do like the shoulder style one. That swaps that out for a large laser. Because I actually think that that's more reasonable. Because ammunition on a 70-ton mech like that for 5 damage is not worth it. Like, there are limits to what I can accept. And that is right there on those limits. Actually, how much does this bridge still weigh? He's on the 100 section of the bridge. He was being smart. Blast him. Oh, the 3D, that is. Why is 5S? Most fun, 5 large lasers, armor included again. 3-dimensional. I'm quite fond of putting I'm quite fond though of putting Gauss rifles on my Marauders, because I think it's a reasonable upgrade. In fact, that is the upgrade that should have been done. Get yourself a better engine and a Gauss rifle. You have yourself a good time. Look at that Crusader. Fire PPC with the Crusader. I don't care about the Partisan. Hit the Crusader. Blow them apart. Opinion of the Warhammer 6R? The Cooker Warhammer? It's too hot for its own good. Warhammers are, as a rule, too hot for their own good. But if that's the one with the additional lasers instead of machine guns, that's far, far too hot. If it's the standard one, because I can never keep my Warhammer straight, I will fully admit to that. The standard Warhammer, I don't like the machine guns on it because I don't like machine guns in general, as most players do. And I'm not a fan of its 2x2x2 loadout. I don't like that. It's 2 PPC, 2 medium laser, 2 machine guns, and an SRM6. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I haven't really used Warhammers very much in this, though. Now that I stop to think about it. Warhammers are usually hot, unless we mod them. It's the MG one? Oh, so it is the standard one, okay. Or is it the King one? And 2 small lasers? Yeah. I don't know. Like, I will say this. I am a huge fan of twin PPC designs. I think that the double PPC loadout is really, really good because you get a lot of mileage out of it. It's a very flexible weapon, it's a very useful weapon, it's a very hard-hitting weapon, and I'm a really big fan of it. We've never run a Warhammer for longer than like 2 engagements in a row and then it explodes because of the machine gun ammo. They are shooting the shit out of you. There's a reason for that. You're carrying a high-value target. So the twin PPC concept is awesome to me. And so the question really kind of comes to Thug or Warhammer. That's the one. The ideal Marauder is the Rakshas. This is what the pinnacle of mech design looks like. You may not like it, but there it is. Oh, the Rakshas. I like the Rakshasa though, dude. God, it's such a derpy fucking mech. I love it. Let's take a catapult and put Marauder arms on it, because that's clearly what the clans did. God, I love the Rakshasa. The Rakshasa is just such perfect jank. Like, it is true jank. And I love it because of that. Yeah, jank. Rakshasas are awesome. They're just so fucked up. I think we'll get out next turn after the Grasshopper gets in. Although, really, we are on the map edge. I mean, we are technically in the edge deployment zone. Oh, shit. I'll declare it over. Round's over, people. Go home. Oh, the Partisan's been throwing. He's gonna have a hard time doing that. Slash victory. Yay, we're all out here. Me too. Wait, what did I do? As a Timberwolf file, Warhammers need MGs to pull then 2 heatsinks added. Man, I'm not sure I'd go that far. I just think they need case. They really need case, but they need to find half ton for case. And where are you going to find a half ton on a Warhammer? Because a Warhammer is really tightly tuned. Like, they are really well tuned. There's no real free tonnage if you want to keep all those guns. And, you know, you do. We have a lot of... I mean, we generally have a lot of chat activity when it comes to Fridays. What is my favorite super flawed mech? So, Kuijibo is going to bloody cheer, but my favorite flawed mech is the Rifleman. Which also happens to be one of my favorite mechs ever anyway, but the Rifleman is too hot and too lightly armored to be used as an anti-mech mech. And even as an anti-aircraft mech, it's not that great. Like, if you want a good anti-aircraft mech, you need to get a mech with AC2s, because you don't need the AC5. So it's probably my favorite flawed mech. Because the idea behind it doesn't even really work, and the guns that it has aren't great for what it's supposed to do. So, as much as I adore the Rifleman, it is such a flawed design. Shit, I'm a fan of the Rifleman, but it is pretty... It's a gorgeous mech. I adore Rifleman. And, one of my favorite ideas for Rifleman is just give it a better engine, UAC 5s, make it rock. The Hussar, I'm not super familiar with the Hussar. That's my favorite super heavy. There's so few super heavies to pick from, though. See, that's the problem. There's like, what, 5 super heavies? The Orca, the something, the Ares, and the Matar. There's not enough to really, like, pick which is your favorite. So, because I'm not a huge fan of tripods. I like the Great Turtle, because what's better than a mech that can survive a nuke? The Poseidon? Ah. Let's, yeah, we're at 17-8. We don't need to do anything. God, the Grand Dragon's just gonna get nuked on this turn. Okay, good, we got it. Sarah is effectively a 30-ton mech with the 914. Oh, right! Yes, yes, I know what you're talking about. Oh, it's a smaller version of the Hollander. It's adorable. But yeah, it's is there a rattle kind of tank? A rat kind of tank? What do you mean a rat tank? Ruffman could have had AC2s put on it and then give it an MPC. If you're gonna put on, so go to AC2s, but here's the thing. You go down to AC2s, which saves you 4 tons, but then you have to go up to PPCs. Did we control the battlefield? We do not. So we did lose the Wolverine in its entirety, but that was expected, and we'll pull it out of mothballs. No pilot injuries. Nice. And everybody got their kills. Okay, so Argentavis claims 1, and then the Partisan is claimed by our artillery group. Mav gets 1. They got an arm carrier, and of course, Sharp gets 1. Beautiful. The Rat is a 10,000-ton tank with a battleship cruiser on top of it. Sounds like a Bolo. I don't think there's any Bolos in BattleTech. There's super heavy vehicles, but none of the one giant turret type. What is that? Alright, so that is a successful mission for Cobra there. Losing one of their mechs, but that's not the end of the world, because if I just come into the hangar and go over to our mechs, we find that we have another Wolverine 6-on. So 6, oh, it was a 6M was removed. Ooh. Okay, it's not as good. Not as good. Somebody's gonna have to get a hold of Simbri and have him pick a new mech. I would probably bet dollars to, okay, maybe not. No, I bet dollars to donuts he'll pick the 1-in. The Hussar works well for its job. Light Scout Hanser, like cavalry it was named for. The Hussars rarely saw active frontline combat, but would attack vulnerable columns or cannons. But the full job was to scout the enemy. We didn't. Hey, I wasn't gonna let you guys get killed. Since the mouse would have broken all the bridges of its area, a rat would have been beyond stupid. Well, congratulations. You've just described German tank design from 1940s onward. I'm looking at all this yellow. It's a problem. It's becoming a serious problem. Torzo and mouthballs. Hey, it's still there. It's just stored. Oh, Cobra can't handle a catapult. Gosh. It really disappoints me that the catapult is just too heavy to be fielded in the lands. By the way, I don't know if Otto's here, but Otto, this is what we're using for the Crusader icon. It's beautiful and gorgeous in every single way. And I can't remove that black background because it messes with me. I'll have to try new tricks. Alrighty, so that will wrap up Cobra's mission. We still have Going Dark Whiplash, which will be the end of the Going Dark event. But I also have another mission sort of set up. You lost the stream? Ah, stop losing streams! I think Adder has only heavy armor damage? I don't necessarily think you're right. Yeah, we got left torso damage on Kyogres. And the Victor is just this side of falling apart. Left arm and left leg are exposed. I use it as a dueling mech. You can generally keep the enemy to hit at 13 will give yourself a chance to hit. That's interesting. But I wonder, wouldn't well, no, maybe not. I was thinking a Panther might be better, but a Panther's slow. Alright, where's my support personnel? I have to go make sure the Kuijibo is on the kill roster, death roster, or whatever. Where is Otto, or no, Ottfried Weiss with his gorgeous little portrait there. Edit. Where's my edit button? In your biography. Woo! And then assigned to Paramour. Not the band. The vehicle. Alright. Different tank design in a nutshell. We built 6 the same way. Change thing. Killed the twin Gauss Vulture with that once. You killed a twin Gauss Vulture with a Hussar? What? That is some skill, man. I would drink to that. Alright, we're going to put in a cut here for the YouTube folks. After all, YouTube can only handle so much coolness in one point. Where is it? No. There's by the way, our HPG networks. For anybody who was wondering, this is what the HPG network is. Oh shoot, I haven't... Okay, and before we cut out of this, I need to make sure that people understand that the music that we are currently listening to is brought to us by Timothy Seals from his album New Dawn, which he has graciously donated to the community. It is awesome. I highly suggest you listen to it. Look up Timothy Seals, A New Dawn. It's remixed Mech Warrior music, and it is gorgeous. He actually has a second album that I'm going to be looking to probably integrating into the stream as well, because it's... Well, the music is gorgeous. There's really no other way to describe it. So if you've been enjoying it, again, Timothy Seals, A New Dawn. Right now we're listening to Arkham Bridge, which, you know, this is Wolves on the Prowl, isn't it? It's nice. Anyway, to my YouTube people, thank you very much for watching. I have been Tyrannic. If you like what I'm saying, make sure that you hit that like button and that you subscribe. If you want to receive notifications every time that you do, make sure you press on that little bell icon, and then there's more options, but I assume that you can read. Maybe not. I think the top one is all. If not, then that's the button. If you really, truly cannot get enough of the content and you adore us to a massive amount and you feel that it is something you want to do, there's a join button down below which will let you sort of like subscribe in the same way that Twitch people subscribe. And there's tiers and cool stuff that you get out of it, like a glowy name on the Discord and bright red that lets everybody know that you are a YouTube person. And at the right level, it even gives you access to MechWarrior again. Alright folks, and I will see you all in the next episode.